As I tell people, there's a bug going on at City Hall, and I think it's called the aging bug, and I guess I'm part of it. And to run for another 4 years is kind of a frightening thought in some ways, because I'd be, into my 70s by the end of the term, and I'm not one of those that loves politics that much today. I can't let go.
What do you think your legacy has been on council?
Well, I would hope it would be that that I was not afraid to raise questions that might invite some vigorous rejoinders. But I also think that I've tried to be a watchdog for the taxpayers. People have called me that, and I've tried to be a conscience of council, and I haven't always been successful with that, but I've tried to do that. And I think more than anything, I think is I'm a good constituency guy. I serve the people. A lot of little constituency items, and there are a lot of them for councillors, and I work very hard for my constituents.
You were known for having a fractious relationship with the mayor. Any regrets about that?
Not really. Who knows? Maybe down the road I will, but at this moment, I'm not going to say I had regrets. It would have been probably an easier ride for me if it hadn't been that way. But the fact is, that's the way it was, and that's the way it played out, and I don't have regrets about that.
What are your hopes for the future of council?
Well, I think they got a daunting task. I don't know how they're going to maintain the tax freeze, to tell you the truth, unless they make some other major changes down there, or downsizing. I think they need to spend more money on definitely on local roads. I think that's, until just recently, that's been neglected. I like to think that I had something to do with putting more attention on that. So we don't spend enough on infrastructure. I think N1 Utilities, I think I had something to do with they're now open meetings. I think the format of trying to get in front of N1 Utilities is still needs to be worked on. And perhaps, some people have said we should do a major audit of N1 Utilities. That might be something that the new council would want to do, but that's going to be for them to do.
In your contrarian role, have you ever felt ostracized or alienated from your fellow councillors?
Yeah, I can honestly say yes, for sure, and that's the way it was. It makes it more difficult for sure, but I decided to go that route, and my job, I didn't feel, was to make friends on city council, was try to represent the taxpayers.
It's been said that you could never make a decision whether you were a journalist or a politician. What's your response to that?
Well, probably during the 17 years on council, there's some truth to that, although I think in my heart I'm a journalist first, and maybe that's why I didn't want to give it up, and probably caused me some grief, but that's done now. But I'm sure I'm going to be writing in the future, and not having to go to council on the next Monday, and perhaps face some music.
You're here with Susan today, so you have some family things to take care of, possibly?
Yes, more quality time at home. Susan is semi-retired too. She does do some part-time work, but there's days when I'm poring over those thick agendas all weekend, and I'm not too communicative at that point, so hopefully we'll have more quality time together. And she has a long honey-do list, and as I said, if it's not mechanical, I'll do what I can.